Music and memory share a close bond. Within the daily prayers, numerous verses from the Torah appear. The most familiar verses gain prominence because of their association with melodies. One such example is found in this week's Torah portion, Vaeschanan. V'zos Hatorah Asher Som Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael. And this is the Torah which Moses placed before the children of Israel. It's a random verse, but because the entire community chants it together when we lift the Torah scroll, it has become famous. What is the meaning of this verse? What exactly did Moses place before the children of Israel? The simple meaning, as brought in Rashi's commentary, is that it refers to what comes next. It's an introduction to the following verses and chapters. However, there's a deeper teaching over here as well, and that is that it refers to what preceded it. It's a statement of great praise. Let me explain. In American law, when it comes to crimes, including murder, there are what we call degrees: first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and third-degree murder. There is also voluntary manslaughter and involuntary manslaughter. In Judaism, we may not find all of these categories, but it isn't so simple either. The Torah does mandate capital punishment for all intentional homicides. However, actually getting a conviction was very difficult. The Mishnah says a Jewish court that executes a transgressor once in 7 years is categorized as a destructive tribunal. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah would say, this categorization applies to a Sanhedrin that executes a transgressor once in 70 years. Rabbi Tarfon and Rabbi Kiva said, if we had been members of the Jewish High Court, we would have conducted trials in a manner whereby no person would have ever been executed. There is, however, another very interesting punishment in the Torah called Orei Miklot, cities of refuge. These are special cities built to house people who accidentally killed someone else. For example, if Mr. A was climbing a ladder and on his way up he slipped off the ladder and landed on Mr. B, who dies from the force of the impact. This is a total accident. Nevertheless, the Torah says, the closest relative of the deceased has a right to avenge his blood. The only way for Mr. A to protect himself is to flee to a city of refuge. In the boundaries of this city, no relative has permission to lay a hand on him. He was to remain there until the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, died, and only then could he go back to his home. The Jewish people are commanded to build 3 such cities of refuge on the eastern side of the Jordan River, and 3 more when they would cross over the Jordan and conquer Israel. However, the 3 on the eastern side of the Jordan River would not actually become operational for refuge until the western 3 cities were built. In this week's Torah portion, we read how Moshe went ahead and built the first 3 cities of refuge. Now Moshe knew that he would not be crossing the Jordan into Israel. Moshe also knew that what he would be building now would not be operational for years to come. He could have very easily said, why bother? Why waste my time with this now before my death? What purpose is it going to serve anyways? He could have appointed an agent or multiple agents to build all 6 cities at the same time. Nevertheless, Moshe said, any mitzvah that comes to my hand, I will fulfill, even if it's only partially. True, I can't finish the job, but at least I can start it. True, I won't live to see its completion, but I can still at least do my share. And that's exactly what Moshe did. Moshe goes and builds 3 cities of refuge on the eastern side of the Jordan River. It is after this that the Torah says, V'zos Hatorah Asher Som Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael. And this is the Torah which Moses placed before the children of Israel. This teaching of getting involved, of engaging with every mitzvah that comes my way, even if I won't merit to see it to the finish line. Many times in life we're faced with this dilemma. It expresses itself in so many different ways. Sometimes it comes in the form of, I don't fully understand a mitzvah or a ritual, so what's the point in doing it? Let me first read up on it and understand the reasoning behind it, and then I'll do it. It will be wholesome then. Otherwise, what's the point? It's lacking meaning. Well, Moses taught us, you now have an opportunity to connect with the divine. Grab it. You won't feel its full meaning? That shouldn't stop you. On the contrary, we chant these words when we lift up the Torah scroll as a melodic reminder of our task at hand. This week, on the 15th day of Av, we will be observing the 34th yahrzeit of my late grandfather, Rav Yaakov Yehuda ben Yehoshua Zechrono Livracha. When studying his short life of just 66 years, this theme keeps on reappearing. He started tens of educational and social services organizations. He started hundreds of special projects. Many of them he wouldn't see their impact in his lifetime, but that never stopped him. As the Rebbe said and wrote about him, he jumped into communal action even when just hearing a hint from the Rebbe, and he gave it his entire life, body and soul. If it's something good, if it's something divine, if it's something godly, let's learn from this and let's get to work. I wish you a good Shabbos.